Hello, my name is Hector Estrada. I'm 66 years old. January 10th, 1951, I was born in Los Angeles City, next to the Coliseum. The hospital is no longer there. 1968, I was seeing a girl and she became pregnant, and I figured, well, how am I going to support her and the child coming? So I joined the Army. First, I tried the Marines, but they said I didn't have a high school education. But I told them I know how to charge. So, okay, I joined the Army, went through, and I enlisted, so I picked my MOS, and I only had like 5 opportunities: clerk, infantry, artillery, cook. And the recruiting officer said, why don't you become a cook? That way when you get out, you can always work. I always need cooks. That made sense to me. So I said, okay. Not knowing that cooking like the whole weekend and 15-hour days, but that was okay. I was a kitchen supervisor at 17 years old. Never thought about it till recently. Supervisor. Wow, okay. That's, I guess, pretty good. So, in 1968, while I was stationed in Fort Polk, Louisiana, I re-enlisted to go to Vietnam in December. January 10th, 1969 was my 18th birthday. So that made it legal as long as my mom co-signed for me and my father. So that's what I did. Re-enlisted January 20th, when Nixon was being inaugurated. I headed to Fort Lewis, Washington to report in to head to Vietnam. I landed in Vietnam, and I stayed there about a week, I guess. I'm speculating, this 48, 49 years ago. But I was there, I guess, about a week. Then they shipped me off to Vietnam, and I went to Cam Bay is where I landed, I believe. Yeah, Cam Bay. And then I was shipped to my unit, which was Company D, 229th Aviation Battalion in Dao Tieng. I served with the 1st Cavalry. I was there 5 months. Then I received emergency leave because my 2nd child was born and he was dying. So they sent me home, and when my time was up, I reported back to Oakland, and I asked somebody if I could see the officer in charge so I could apply for a hardship discharge because it was a hardship at home. And the clerk told me, you don't have a case. I am not going to let you see the officer. I should have said, well, you know what, I'm going to go in there anyway. But I didn't, because I always follow the rules until that point. When he told me that, I went to the locker. I had my civilian clothes in. Went back in my civilian clothes, took out my Vietnam clothes, left them in the locker, took a cab to San Francisco Airport, and flew home, never to return to Vietnam. I was AWOL, I guess, about 18 months total. Finally, after being incarcerated and then going AWOL again, the FBI came to pick me up. Took me to Fort Ord, Stockade. He asked me if I wanted, I got an attorney, and he asked me, well, this is your case, and they can try you for this, or you could resign from the Army for the good of the Army. And so I said, okay. I'm 18 years old. I already feel betrayed by my government. So I go, yeah, whatever. I'm through. I was willing to give him my life, but I felt like I was being betrayed by my own country. So I went home, and that was it. I don't care. I signed that Chapter 10, went home, and I tried to get benefits and tried to get it overturned, but I was denied. One general said that I was a coward. Really? 17-year-old kid re-enlisting to go to Vietnam is a coward? I lived in a black neighborhood growing up. It was worse than Vietnam for me. So, coward. It never entered my mind. Thank you, General, whoever you are. Well, I guess for every soldier who's been and is there now, and you guys in Iraq and Afghanistan, hey, I wouldn't want to be in your boots. And I think it's shitty when you got to keep going back. I mean, in Vietnam, you went one time and that was it. It ain't right. That's one thing I got to say. It ain't right. Oh, and another thing. President Trump had 5 deferments during the Vietnam War. You know what I call that? A coward. No balls, Mr. President. And you think you're tough. Ooh, our grandma's tougher than you. And she's dead. Well, I guess that's it. Have a Merry Christmas. I know it's coming up in a few months, but it's the last time you'll hear my voice. All right, God bless all you soldiers. Anybody who served, you got my respect. And that's it.
Yep.
Okay, I got it.